Great. It's great to have you to watching this series. And this is the Relevance series on the Relevance TV. And the Relevance series is a series that is designed to unravel deep things about life. And I believe that as we travel this journey of the Relevance series, so many things we brought to bear. My name is Confidence Agbulubitete, and welcome to Relevant series as we travel through. All right, so the second temperament is the choleric. The choleric, very interesting temperament. The choleric are natural leaders. They are born leaders. The choleric are strong-willed. You know, there are children that you find or you meet them and they are very strong-willed. They want to always have their way. They want to do this, want to go for this and that. Sometimes that's a way to identify choleric nature in children. So cholerics by their nature are strong-willed people. Cholerics are not easily discouraged. When there is a problem, that is when the choleric is encouraged. Problem encourages the choleric. Unlike other temperaments, that problem scares them. But problems and challenges encourages the choleric. The greatest problem of the choleric is anger. They are quick-tempered and they don't easily forgive. Cholerics can bear grudge for a long time. They don't easily forgive. They are quick-tempered, and most cholerics have not managed their anger. So sometimes the anger affects their good intentions. Cholerics are well-organized people. A, B, C, D. Those are the cholerics. They are well-organized. They are extroverts, but not as extrovert as the sanguine. And as organized as they are, not as another temperament we look at. They are systematic in whatever they are doing. I mean, the cholerics are workaholics. They are those that will go to office in the morning and close in the night. So let's take you marry a choleric and you say you why everyday work. That is how they are. Just that we must all refine our temperaments so that we can know how to live with people and manage through life. Cholerics don't easily trust people. They have big problem with trust. They think everybody is suspicious. So they don't trust people. They are bossy by nature. They love argument. Don't start an argument for choleric and expect to win because their ego won't always want to prevail. Nonetheless, when the choleric meet a sanguine will by all means overshadow the choleric because the sanguines are strong with their mouth. But the cholerics, because of their heart, they can't control their temper. So it always brings problem. But if you work on it, you become a good person, a great person. Like I said, these are temperament. These are things that we are born with, and we must work on it. So every temperament can be refined as you move on in life. And we'll look at some of the things that we could do to refine our temperaments. The cholerics are people that are very good business people. So most of the great business you see have been started by cholerics because they are independent-minded. They have strong will, like I've said earlier on, and so they end up becoming people that start things and they do very well in whatever they start. You see some of these things about the cholerics that we have spoken. They have high standards. They don't have many friends. They don't have many friends. They are friendly, but they don't have many friends. And they want to be in charge of everything. And like I said earlier on, they don't like emotional stuff. The choleric want facts. And so if you tell me that 18 people are not well, you say, give me the evidence. Don't just throw figures at me. So you see that in the cholerics. So what are the kind of jobs that the choleric will do or can do? Because of their nature, they end up becoming change agents. They end up becoming entrepreneurs. They can start a business from the scratch and move your way up to the top. They end up becoming political leaders because they are independent-minded. They want to argue their way out. They want to gather facts and they will bring all the facts to you and say, these are the facts of what I'm saying. So you see that in the life of the choleric. So you need to look at yourself. You need to understand who you are. When you understand who you are, it helps you in making career choices. It helps you in making choices of even who to marry, even what kind of job to take. The cholerics become business leaders. They become church leaders in some circles, but not all. They become, like I've said, entrepreneurs. They are change agents. So you need to understand who you are. When you understand who you are, it helps you in making very, very good decisions. There are some jobs you will not take up. If you know you are a choleric, you not go for some jobs that involves other temperaments. If you know you are choleric and you are in a relationship with somebody who has a different temperament, you know your problem, you know how to manage it. So that's about the choleric, the second temperament. The third temperament I want us to look at is the melancholic. The melancholic. The melancholic are those we call the perfectionists. The perfectionists. The melancholic are those people that if I place a pen and paper on the table at this place, when I come back, I must see it at where I saw it. So they are people that it's very difficult to please them. You know, they are introverts. They are not extroverts as the choleric. They are introverts. An introvert is someone who is more inward person. All right. So you have the melancholic. They are perfectionists. You can hardly please the melancholic. They like perfectionism. They like everything should be done on point. When you dress, this should match to this. When you do this, everything should be in order. Now, the melancholic are moody people. They can be very, very moody. They have issues of mood swings. Today, they are happy. Tomorrow, hey, they are not happy. And so you'll be surprised. I just spoke to you the first about 5 minutes ago, and now you are off track. You say, yeah, and that's the melancholic for you. So they are very moody persons. They can swing mood quickly. You know, they, like I said, they are known as the perfectionists. They scarcely also make friends. But one interesting about the melancholic, they are very dedicated, very committed. They don't care to even go all out and sacrifice for the benefit of a friend. If they have not eaten, as long as the friend is okay, they are okay. They are very good with arithmetic. When it comes to mathematics, music, when it comes to artistic work, they are very good in these areas. So you see some of these things about the melancholic. Now, the melancholic by their nature love fine arts, and love to deal with a lot of. They like the back side of things. So, for example, if they meet a crowd, the melancholic would like to go and pass the back or go to the back side and pass through and come. The sanguine would like to show, hey, here am I. the choleric will manage the situation and talk, but the melancholic would like to go to the back and pass through. Although they are capable, but they don't really like crowd. They want to always be at the back and do their best at the back and be the best in the back, but they are extremely organized, more organized than the choleric. Like I said, they can be musicians. Those are people who love to do music. They love art, music. Statisticians, surgeons, they become very good when it comes to financial analysts. So you have financial analysts who, because of their nature, they are the melancholy. They don't like too much talking. They are extremely quiet people. So you meet people who, and everybody will say, oh, you don't like talking. Everything you say, oh, you know, that's the melancholic for you. They don't like to talk much. Then the bankers, they love to be always at the back, and they become creative people. They're extremely creative by their nature. They can create a lot of things. So the phlegmatic is the last of the temperaments we are looking at. They preserve old friends, distant family members, and neighbors. So sometimes you find somebody and they want every family member to come close, you know. And the phlegmatics by their nature love peace. They love to things happen. But one interesting thing about the phlegmatic, they are very stable. They are very stable in their internal abilities. They are also an extrovert, but the phlegmatic is more of an, so they are also an introvert. The phlegmatic is more of an introvert. The melancholic is more of an introvert as compared to the phlegmatic. So the phlegmatic, because of their nature, love people. They love people. They are those people that they want everybody in the team to be okay. when there are problems, they want to ask the view of everybody, make sure everybody is okay on the team before they move on. They believe that people should be made to be very okay, to be treated very well. And like I said earlier on, these phlegmatics are people that when it comes to conflict, they can easily settle conflict. They come and they can easily settle conflict. They understand what we call interpersonal harmony. You know, they're phlegmatic most of the time are feared by the choleric. Because whilst the choleric is angry and screaming on top of his voice, the phlegmatic is as stable as anything and observing you. When you finish talking, they'll respond. And they have no move. That's why they are called the finest of the temperament. It doesn't mean if you are phlegmatic, you are better than the rest, but they are described as the finest because of the fine human nature when it comes to them. Like I said, they have their weakness. They are not stable. They move, everything moves. Now, their stability when it comes to the sanguine are more not stable than the phlegmatic. But the phlegmatic, because of their nature, go to anything. Wherever we go, we move on. All right. So these are some elements of the various temperaments. As you look into yourself, you begin to see the kind of person you are and the kind of things that makes you to behave the way you behave. And when you understand these things, it guides you. It helps you to make very critical decisions in life. Because life is so important. Life is only one. You can't afford to make a lot of problems, a lot of mistakes. The phlegmatics are very observant. Very, very observant. They appreciate close relationship. They value relationship. You know, they are the peacemakers and they preserve old friends. They are those that can keep friends for a very, very long time. So what are some of the jobs that the phlegmatic can do? They become peace ambassadors. They become conflict resolution experts. They become nursing, and those who practice nursing. So, you know, if you go into the nursing profession, you are dealing with people. You want to calm people down and say, okay, it's okay, you'll be okay, and all that. So you see the phlegmatic temperament moving into that area. So the sanguine can do a number of jobs. And like I said earlier on, when you know your temperament, you are advised to choose jobs carefully, the kind of work to do. I've seen a lot of people that are doing the wrong job. You look at the person's temperament, and the person is doing the wrong job. If you know your temperament, you will be advised, or you will be careful the kind of job to choose. It makes you excel, because that is you. That is what you are made up of. Nonetheless, there are circumstances that can make you to do certain jobs, but you can excel when you find yourself in what you are made up of, what consists you, which is temperament. So they become very good counselors because they are very patient people. Phlegmatics are very patient people. They become very good counselors. They can listen to you for 2 hours and they are not tired. But you talk to a choleric for 5 minutes, say, okay, what next? You know, then hurry to finish, for you to finish what they are saying. But the phlegmatic have enough patience for you. So they become very good people when it comes to counseling, when it comes to issue of mitigating between various parties. So they become peace ambassadors. They become social service workers. They become very good people when it comes to human resource management, how to manage the human resource of an organization. They also become conflict resolution experts. They are not the people that will come and create more problem. They know how to speak to the various parties to put down their fire so that we can make progress. So it's important for us to understand these temperaments. Our temperaments are made up from different things. What makes you to have a particular temperament? One of them is your parents. So your parents' temperament find a way to make up you. So your mom, your dad, the various temperaments that they have come together, and then because you are unique, it becomes you. So you are formed out of that. Now, it does not end there, but it extends to your grandparents and even to other family members, especially to your grandparents, where you see certain temperaments not in any of the parents, but in the grandparent. So temperaments are formed by that when we are brought on earth. As you move on in life, it's important for us to refine our temperament. You cannot be the raw you. So you don't say, as for me, that's how I talk. As for me, that's how I behave. That is how I am. Yes, we know that's how you are, but we can't live with you if you feel like that way. We need you to change. We need you to adapt to us. You are living with human beings. You are living with people that have complexities. So that is where the refining of the temperament comes. So how can I refine my temperament? Education is very important, where you are schooled. Life is a school. All of us are students. So when you are schooled in life, you go to school, the formal education has a way of influencing the refining process of your temperament. The exposition to different persons across life. So as you go to places, as you meet people, you see that this is how they behave. So you begin to now adapt and adjust so that you can modify your temperament. You can't change it, you can only refine it. So you're able to refine it and make it the finest of it. You should be able to be a person that people can live with, people can cope with. You work in an environment, you live in a house. You don't live with trees and animals. You live with human beings. So you should be able to have the disposition to interact with people so that they will enjoy you and like you, and also enjoy them and like them. So when it comes to these things, our temperament are influenced by some of the things I've mentioned: your environment, your religious affiliation, church, whatever you do, has a way of influencing your temperament. The kind of books you read also has a way of refining your temperament. The kind of things you are exposed to, what you watch, as you watch programs, as you expose yourself to knowledge, it has a way of influencing your temperament. And the experiences you go through in life has a way of refining your temperament. So that makes you a very well-packaged person. We are not saying you want to be the perfect human being, because there's no perfection with human beings. Just that you become a person that can live with people, can relate with people, can understand people, and be able to be the best of whatever you are. The last temperament that has come into the domain or into academia and even into most studies is a one we call the all right. So it's the one we call the supine. The supine. Now the supine is a blend of all. Just that if we are going to talk about the supine, that means you have to blend all. But the supine is a blend of all. Nonetheless, like I've said, these temperaments are divided into 4 and then into 16. So you have someone that has the melancholic, he has the sanguine, he has the phlegmatic, he has the choleric, bits and pieces. But one of them will always be at the top that will drive the rest. So spend time to know your temperament. The first item under self-discovery we have spoken about is your temperament. Very, very important. For the purpose of emphasis, even marriage, the kind of person you get married to, is important when you know your temperament. Because a lot of people get frustrated in the marital home because they have not spent time to know the temperament of their spouse. And so when a person is behaving this way, you also behaving this way, and then there are clashes. And you say, I don't understand. I mean, what kind of human being are you? Yes, the person is a human being. He's not a stranger. He's not an alien. He's a human being. So there is something you need to understand about the person so that you can live very well with the person and bring out the best deposited in the inside of you. So spend time, unravel your temperament, and I know that the next time you find yourself somewhere, you will be releasing the best in you from the angle of your temperament. So this is the first episode on the temperament. The next one we are going to be looking at is on talent.